Hello and welcome back to Empowering Moments with April. Thank you so much for joining us again, and thank you so much for allowing me to just drop right in and to leave a little word with you today. I'm really excited about just encouraging you today. Like I said, we're kind of in the middle of this year, and we're working towards some things, and we're looking for God to do some things in our lives. But I want you to just pause right where you are, and I want you to listen to these scriptures that I'm about to read. And I want you to just kind of think about what they're saying and think about where you are, even in your relationship with the Lord. I want to encourage you to do a few things and challenge you in this moment and in this time. Colossians chapter 4, verse 3 through 5. I'm going to read my scriptures here that I have above. So if it looks like I'm looking above, I am. My scriptures are above my screen here. But it says, starting in verse 3, Colossians chapter 4, it says, "Meanwhile, praying also for us that God would open to us a door for the word to speak the mystery of Christ, for which I am also in chains, that I may make it manifest as I ought to speak. Walk in wisdom toward those who are outside, redeeming the time." And of course, this is, some writings, and this is part of, some of the things that Paul is writing, and he's encouraging prayer being put forth and to be prayed for God to open some doors so that he may continually teach and open up the way of learning about Christ. The one word that I want to look at in that is in verse 4. It says that I may make it manifest as I ought to speak. And I love that one little line because, in our lives, these are things that we desire to do, is make things manifest as we ought to speak. And when something manifests, that means it just comes into a visible place. That means that it is open, that we all can see, that you will know without a doubt that it is there, that it has been done, it is being done, it is taking place right before our eyes. And so I want to encourage you with the word manifest. And I know that there are places in your life where you are needing things to manifest. It is my prayer that God will begin to manifest more in your life with direction, with guidance, with connecting you to even walk through doors, that you may tell people about Christ, that you may live your life and you may speak Christ. Sometimes, we have to, we're in settings where we can openly talk about Christ, maybe on our jobs or things like that, but we can live our lives so that Christ is manifested. He is right before the eyes of other people. They may not even know what to call him or how to call him, but they notice the difference in you. They notice what they see and how it's different, and maybe the places of consistency and the level of honesty, the character that you're displaying. It is my prayer that you will manifest these characteristics of God as you ought to speak them, but that they manifest in your life, that they come forth and they show forth the goodness of God in you, because we don't really have a lot of good in our flesh. We struggle so much in our flesh. We struggle in our thought process. We struggle with doing the right things a lot of times. But when the presence of God is on us, it is my prayer that it begins to manifest on your job, in your relationships, with your children, when you talk to your friends. Just make it manifest as you ought to speak. That is my prayer today. So just think about, how is God manifesting in your life? Is God manifesting in your life through you in some kind of way? That's my small challenge to you today. It's just a couple of scriptures, but there's a big word in there that I really want you to think about. I run into people all the time who say that, they are Christians. Not my place to judge their hearts and their relationships with God. But the manifestation of things that I see, the lack of fruit that I see, the bad attitudes that they always display, the consistent gossiping, the living of lifestyles that does not line up with the Word of God. Just a few challenges on there. Think about that. We want to proclaim God, 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 but then how are we living? What are we saying? What are we doing? How is God manifesting in your life today? Just a small challenge. Thank you for allowing me to drop in. Thank you for allowing me to leave you this word. Not ever coming to you out of a place of judgment, but I do want to challenge you according to the Word of God. I challenge you just like I challenge me. So the same challenge I put out to you is the same challenge that I give myself. So God, we thank you for the manifest of your presence in our lives today, tomorrow, and until your return. Thank you for joining us with Empowering Moments, and we will see you the next time. I hope you have a super duper week. Wonderful, wonderful day. A marvelous evening, whatever the time of the day is for you. Thank you for just being here. Join us again as we come to you with more empowering moments. Have a great evening.